going through divorce and then having to get the relationship back on track as far as being friends and being family and raising a daughter. And he really helped to bring out the best in me and inspired me. I seem to be in awe of it. It seems very normal to me, but I suppose a lot of people don't have that situation when they've gone through breakthroughs and new marriages and so forth.
Right now, and trust me, it's not because another celebrity launched a tequila brand or dated Pete Davidson. It's all thanks to Lenny Kravitz dropping a bombshell about Jason Momoa. Yep, the man famous for being effortlessly cool, and Momoa, the guy who makes most men rethink their gym membership, finally gave us the inside scoop about their surprisingly tight friendship. And what Kravitz revealed isn't just juicy, it's a game changer. So buckle up, because this revelation is going to redefine how you look at these two Hollywood heavyweights forever. First things first, we all know the public bromance between Lenny Kravitz and Jason Momoa always seemed a bit suspiciously perfect, didn't it? Kravitz, the legendary rocker with the permanent sunglasses look, and Momoa, the burly tattooed action star, honestly, they seemed like an unlikely duo. Not to mention, their main connection was Lisa Bonet, Kravitz's ex-wife and Momoa's formerly current partner. Sounds like a soap opera plot, right? But instead of dramatic fights at family gatherings or awkward red carpet moments, we got birthday shout-outs, bro hugs, and endless Instagram love. So naturally, fans assumed it was just Hollywood-level maturity, two dudes setting an example of how blended families should operate. But now, Kravitz says the reality was way more complicated and, honestly, way more interesting.
You openly talk about how great it is to have this blended family with Lisa, Jason, and kids. That's a true reflection of a lot of couples.
First of all, it's a privilege to have that. I'm intrigued by especially the relationship that I have with Jason. It's the way to be, man.
Turns out, when Momoa first showed up on the scene, Kravitz wasn't exactly sure what to make of the guy. Can you blame him? Imagine your ex marrying Aquaman. It's a lot to handle. Jason Momoa's larger-than-life charisma, his booming laughter, and wild man vibes were the opposite of Kravitz's laid-back rocker style. But one day, something completely changed the game. There was a private conversation. No cameras, no Instagram filters, just raw honesty. During this heart-to-heart, Momoa shared something so deep and vulnerable that Kravitz's entire perception shifted. Kravitz admits, "I can't keep this secret anymore," and what he said next changed everything. To put the cherry on top, Kravitz was able to see a side of Momoa that none of us had seen before, a sensitive and contemplative individual hiding behind the fierce image of fighting. The idea of an action star vanished, and Kravitz immediately came to the realization that Momoa was more than just Lisa's new companion. He was someone who was genuine and an individual who deserved respect. Since that day, the stress has completely dissipated. No more hatred that is kept buried, no more secret suspicions. Kravitz stated that he considered Momoa to be a brother and not the other way around. To be honest, the majority of brotherhoods in Hollywood are just as fabricated as the computer-generated imagery in the most recent Marvel movie. Having said that, this was a fact. Why do you keep it a secret for such a long time? Kravitz is of the opinion that there are some things that do not require explanation. He reasoned that nobody in the public eye needed to be aware of every single emotional aspect. On the other hand, their families were aware of the truth. Lisa was aware of the truth, and their children were aware of the truth, and that was sufficient. On the other hand, Kravitz is now stepping up because he believes that it is finally time to correct the record and make it clear that their relationship was never as straightforward as the media has portrayed it to be. It wasn't just a matter of being courteous or co-parenting. It was a true friendship that changed the course of life. Let's talk about Lisa Bonet for a minute, because let's be real, she's at the center of all this. Bonet and Kravitz were Hollywood's cool kid couple in the 90s. Young, rebellious, iconic. When they divorced, Kravitz was open about the pain, but always insisted Lisa had shaped him deeply. "She's part of my spirit," he famously said, sounding like he'd just written another Grammy-winning love song. So enter Momoa, tall, rugged, and bold enough to step into Kravitz's former life. While Kravitz accepted it gracefully in public, privately it was complicated. Watching someone else love Lisa and parent their daughter Zoe couldn't have been easy. But here's what nobody expected. Momoa actively embraced Kravitz. Instead of competition, Momoa showed love and respect, calling Kravitz his brother openly. He didn't just replace him, he welcomed him into their new family dynamic. Kravitz slowly let his guard down, genuinely bonding with Momoa, not just tolerating him. That's how they ended up cruising motorcycles down desert highways together, rocking out during late-night jam sessions, and genuinely becoming close friends. But even amid all that, something remained hidden, something Kravitz still couldn't pinpoint. Then came the moment of truth. Kravitz and Momoa, sitting by a fire under the stars after a day of riding motorcycles. I know, it sounds like a music video. Kravitz finally asked, "What's your real story, man?" Momoa, usually quick with a joke or a laugh, hesitated. And in that silence, Kravitz felt the weight of something deeply personal. What Momoa revealed that night finally made everything click. Momoa confessed, "Lenny, I think I'm supposed to hate you, but I don't." He admitted that Kravitz taught him how to love Lisa correctly, how to become a better parent by understanding what came before. Imagine hearing that from the guy who married your ex. Mind blown. Therefore, although others believed that their relationship was nothing more than a Hollywood ploy, the reality was far deeper. And this is the reason why Kravitz did not speak up. In interviews or on Instagram, it was not appropriate to simply toss it out there because it was too real and too personal. Their friendship was not an act for public consumption. Rather, it was built on mutual respect, understanding, and, let's face it, the love that they both had for Lisa Bonet. However, why is Kravitz revealing this information at this time? Simply put, he wants to change the way that we think about family. In a recent interview, he provided a very clear and concise explanation of it by stating, "We are family. We will never stop being a family. One should not pass judgment." Immediately following Momoa and Bonet's breakup, the public pondered whether or not their friendship would deteriorate, but instead, it grew stronger. Kravitz remarked with great pride that Momoa's children refer to him as Uncle Lenny. As opposed to societal expectations or jealousy, this contemporary blended family survives on love and respect for one another. Kravitz also shared a deep realization. He realized that love does not disappear. Rather, it undergoes a transformation as a result of his divorce from Lisa. There was no resentment in their breakup. It just altered their partnership. He underlined that collaborations do not necessarily have to terminate in antagonism. Occasionally, they develop into something more profound and powerful. In the realm of celebrity gossip, we hardly ever come across such a profound message. And to tell you the truth, the supporters ought to have spotted something earlier. The cryptic remarks on Instagram, tiny hesitations during interviews, and small moments of difficulty were all indications that there were always signals. As an example, Kravitz responded to a question about Momoa entering their family by saying, "I didn't have a choice," in a humorous manner at an event. We chuckled, but now we see that the sentence had more than one meaning. That man knows more than anyone. Momoa dropped a subtle clue about Kravitz when he was chatting about him. We simply did not pay sufficient attention to the clues while they were always present. Now that the secret has been revealed, what does this unorthodox Hollywood family have in store for them? Clearly, Kravitz and Momoa are not going anywhere. This much is quite evident. These years of trust and vulnerability have resulted in a friendship that is stronger than it has ever been. The story they tell demonstrates that family is not constrained by conventional roles or the expectations of society. It is formed by decisions, dedication, and genuine respect for one another. In all honesty, it's a breath of fresh air to witness two mega celebrities redefining what blended families may look like, particularly in a world that is obsessed with conflict and division. What exactly is the lesson to be learned from this? Through their relationship, Lenny Kravitz and Jason Momoa demonstrated that it is not only possible for former partners and new partners to coexist, but also to love and respect one another in a real way. Not only is it a lesson in maturation, but it is also a lesson in redefining family. A story that could have been a tabloid drama was transformed into a compelling story of love and acceptance by these individuals. Now tell me, were you surprised by Kravitz's revelation about Momoa? Did it change how you see them? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And let's be real. If these two can become family, anything is possible in Hollywood. See you next time.